From R.D. Smothers Wealth Management, this is The Retirement.
When you retire, if you want an exciting life, you need a boring investment strategy.
Matters.
If you enter into retirement without a plan for income, you're not retired, you're simply unemployed.
Podcast.
Hey, this is your host, Dale Smothers, and you're listening to the Retirement Matters Podcast. My hope is that you will find the information you need in every single show on how to do one of the three things: either saving more money more efficiently, planning better for your future where you can live in retirement worry-free, or my favorite, how you can live a happy and fulfilled life in this life you have been given. We know that your time is valuable and we appreciate you spending it listening to this episode of the Retirement Matters Podcast. On this episode of the Retirement Matters Podcast, we take a deep dive into the Retirement Atlas, which is our proprietary process we lead clients through in navigating their retirement journey. We build roadmaps for each and every client that we work with through retirement income phase, making sure they can navigate the 5 worlds of retirement. You're going to hear a lot about what's inside of that, as well as how the Retirement Atlas got its name. This show is full of information, and it's really good because we actually offer a complimentary download of the Retirement Atlas Toolkit, which you can also access no matter when you're listening to this podcast by navigating to our website, going to resources, and then going to the Retirement Atlas Toolkit as a dropdown. Now, if you are interested in getting your Retirement Atlas Toolkit and unable to locate that, simply email us, contact@rdswealth.com, and we'll get you the information you desire on making sure that you know what your next steps should be towards the retirement you've always imagined. Let's get straight to today's episode. I hope you enjoy this show. And if you do actually like the show, go ahead and like, subscribe, or leave us an honest review. It only helps us get our message out to more people. Without any further ado, let's get to this week's episode of the Retirement Atlas Podcast. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing well and you're ready to start discussing all things retirement matters. This morning, I want to talk to you about the Retirement Atlas and why it's important for you to have a true retirement plan, not just a portfolio, but a true retirement plan to help you navigate retirement's ups and downs, twists and turns. And today I'm going to take the entire show to discuss what you should be doing in your own retirement plan and what we do for clients here every day as we build the retirement plan to allow you to have confidence in retirement and worry less in retirement. Now, speaking of worry, let's go to the pause for positivity. And this week, I want to give you a little bit of comedy. Hopefully, this brings a smile to your face or maybe even a laugh as you listen to this comedian talk about some lessons that he learned from his grandmother and why it's important to not stress over the little things. Before I ruin it, I'm going to give you this 1 or 2 minute long clip here. And I want you to listen to the things that you should be worried about versus what you shouldn't be worried about. Let's go to this clip of Mike Goodwin and the lessons he learned from his grandmother.
It says there's only 2 things in life that you worry about: whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got 2 things to worry about: whether you're going to get better, whether you're going to get worse. You get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you get worse, you got 2 things to worry about: whether you're going to live, whether you're going to die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got 2 things. Whether you're going to heaven, whether you're going to hell. If you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got 2 things to worry about: original or extra crispy.
All right, there it is. So if you are healthy or you know where you're headed if your health fails you, there's not much that you should be worried about in life. However, that is not reality. The world we live in, unfortunately, causes us to worry, and it gives us plenty of things that we should be worried about. But let's just put it into perspective here. Do you have your health? Do you have your loved ones around you? Do you have a roof over your head? Are you able to come and go as you please? And if the answer to all those things is yes, and you have enough money to put food on the table, we're living in some pretty incredible times as humans, and we should be thankful for that. Now, I do understand that in the world we live in, and especially in the times that we find ourselves in, there are things we need to pray about. But I don't know that we should go throughout life worried. And we see so many people that we talk to who are truly worried about financial matters in their life, and it all boils around whether or not they're going to have enough to retire, at least from the conversations we have here at RDS Wealth. And that's natural. We're a wealth management firm. We work primarily with clients who are close to retirement. And when we sit down with an individual for the first time before they become a client, we hear far too often, I'm just concerned that I may not have enough money to live through retirement. And all of this really stems from the uncertainty around 5 key areas in their life. 5 key areas that we're going to discuss today, and we're going to help you understand why we have built the Retirement Atlas in the way that we have to help navigate retirement in the way that we do. So you're going to want to hear this show. You're not going to want to miss this show. And we're going to discuss in detail some of the things that you should be doing as you approach retirement. If you're over the age of 59 and a half, be considering your income phase diligently. And by doing it sooner rather than later, you can set up a retirement that is full of consistency and full of confidence rather than a retirement that is inconsistent and full of fear and worry. So let's go to a break. When we come back, we're going to jump into the Retirement Atlas. I'm going to discuss with you how it got its start and what it does for our retirees that we partner with here at RDS Wealth. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more Retirement Matters. And if you're over the age of 59 and a half, you're not going to want to miss this show because it's going to be full of information that you need to build the retirement you've always imagined. Coming back right after this.
You're listening to the Retirement Matters Show with Dale Smothers. Dale is the founder and president of R.D. Smothers Wealth Management. We specialize in building retirement plans that allow you to walk away from the worry of running out of money. If you'd like to chat with a member of our team, you can do so absolutely free by calling 270-600-PLAN. That's 270-600-PLAN. Visit us online at rdswealth.com and be sure to sign up for our free weekly newsletter.
All right, welcome back to the show. Let's talk about the primary reason that retirees are unconfident or lack confidence in their retirement plans. And the reasons really stem from these 5 areas. They're not 100% sure where their income is going to come from or how long it will last. They're not 100% certain that their investments are in the right place to weather a potential storm, like, say, a 2008 type scenario or something much worse. They're not quite sure whether or not taxes are going to derail their plan and how taxes will impact them or their beneficiaries as they go through life. Maybe they're not 100% sure how Social Security should be claimed or what Social Security taxes they should be setting aside. Maybe people that are close to retirement and concerned about whether or not retirement is going to be successful for them have significant fear and worry around their medical bills. Medicare becomes very complicated as you turn 65. And what about long-term care? We would consider these healthcare decisions that must be made, and if not made confidently, will create a sense of worry and fear in a retirement plan. And then we see some people who have plenty of money and know that they're going to be okay. They are just concerned about what's going to happen to the people they leave behind. Are they going to be okay? Are their children going to be okay? Should they be doing things right now to save significant money for their beneficiaries, for the people who receive this money? Is there a way to lower taxes? Is there a way to structure this so that the nursing home doesn't get their money? All of these things are important to retirees, and it's one of the main reasons. I've just went through 2 minutes worth of questions, and there are hundreds of questions that come off of the answers to those questions. So what do you do when you're about to retire? How do you do this with confidence? At R.D. Smothers Wealth Management, we believe wholeheartedly that if you build the plan correctly, it will help answer these questions, and it will give you a baseline from which you can make decisions as you approach new questions later in retirement. Having a sense of confidence about how your retirement plan is built is a must as you enter into retirement, especially as you enter into your go-go phase or your go-go years of retirement. You may say, Dale, what is a go-go year? Well, go-go years is where you spend money every day as if it is Saturday. It's time to get up and go. These years are the years where we're spending the most amount of money. And if you're not careful, if you do not have a true plan for knowing how much money you can spend, you'll end up spending much less money than you could have spent otherwise because you just don't know. We seek to eliminate that fear, to eliminate that variable, and help answer questions for the clients we partner with that allows them to live to the completeness of their overall retirement plan and what we like to call optimize their retirement income to assist them in their live happy journey through retirement. Living happy is the key. Now, whether you work with our firm or not, it's important that you answer these questions. And so many times we see retirees who are working with an advisor that still has these questions. We'll put on Medicare classes or we'll put on Social Security classes, and people will come to those classes and they have these questions about Medicare and Social Security, and they say, well, I've already got an advisor. But it doesn't take them long to realize that the advisor they're working with is great at growth phase when the only thing to focus on is your investments. But when it comes time to start focusing on income phase, and now investments along with income, Social Security, along with healthcare, which is Medicare, along with taxes, and along with legacy, when all 5 of these things now have to become the focus, it takes someone who is focused on retirement income phase to be with you in this partnership. In other words, we know, and many of the people we talk to finally start to realize that the advisor who got you to this point in your life may not be the most appropriate advisor to get you through the rest of your life. And it's not as much that they're not good or that they don't desire to help. It's that the tools that you need now may not be in their area of expertise, and the strategies that you are going to have to deploy, the right Social Security claiming strategy, the right Medicare strategy, the right tax Roth conversion strategy, if there needs to be one, it can't be answered with the tools that they have at their disposal. Now, we also believe that there is a restructuring of your investment plan that must take place as you enter into or close to retirement. And we know this to be true, which is a show that we're going to do very shortly. I'm going to bring another advisor on, and we're going to talk about this balanced portfolio and why it's important for you to rebalance your portfolio. There are new things that must be introduced to your portfolio, and there are old things that were once in your growth-focused portfolio that must be weeded out. And you have to do this tactfully, or else it can cause some significant issues for you in the future. This repositioning of your investment portfolio is done so that you can walk safely down the retirement income phase, because no longer are you concerned with adding more commas and zeros to your account. You've got to make sure that this account lasts as long as you do, and it generates income for you for the rest of your life. Put a different way, we know at R.D. Smothers Wealth Management that losses on that money will hurt you significantly more than gains on that money will help you. We know that when you enter into retirement income phase, if you are still growth focused and you need significant income from those accounts and the market takes a downturn, it could put you in a hole that you will never recover from. And deep down, many retirees know this as well. This is why they are so concerned. This is why it's hard for a retiree to walk into retirement confidently, because the financial industry has left them behind. And at R.D. Smothers Wealth Management, we have specifically built the Retirement Atlas to help get you from where you are to where you want to be. And along the way, our entire team partners with you to make sure that the steps you take and the turns you need to make are the right ones for you and for your family and generations to come. At RDS Wealth, we have trademarked the Retirement Atlas process that we help walk our clients through from the moment that they become our client all the way through until we are passing money on to your beneficiaries. This is where we guide you through the journey and we build roadmaps for you, thus the name, the Retirement Atlas. We build roadmaps for you in the 5 key areas that you must make decisions. We build a map for you on your income and where it should come from and how long it's going to last. How will inflation impact income? How will Social Security be claimed? We build a roadmap around your investments, making sure that we understand how we're going to react to market downturns. We build a written roadmap for your tax plan, a written roadmap for your healthcare plan, a written roadmap for your legacy plans. These 5 plans are then put together in your own Retirement Atlas, and along the way, you've got us riding shotgun and potentially driving for you, depending on what you desire, helping you navigate this retirement journey so you can enjoy the whole journey. You see, we focus too much, unfortunately, on the gas tank as retirees, and we forget to look up and enjoy the ride. What we know from experience is that the clients that we work with who we have built the Retirement Atlas for have a clear and confident path forward, and it's a map that they can follow and know that we're right here with them every step of the way. They are on their way towards living happy every single day in retirement, and they realize this the moment they step out of our office with that Retirement Atlas in hand. Now, you may be asking yourself, how do I build my Retirement Atlas? The simplest way is to give our team a call, 270-600-PLAN. This will start the process and get the steps rolling in the direction towards a confident retirement. But what we have done is our team has actually put together for you what we call the Retirement Atlas Toolkit. And it goes through some things that you must make sure are inside of your retirement portfolio. It will help you understand some places perhaps that you have opportunities or gaps inside of your plan. And it will also help you uncover some things and tools that you need to make sure that you have deployed along your journey. It'll help you answer some questions about Social Security and taxes. This Retirement Atlas Toolkit can be yours completely free of charge. It's all complimentary and it's all downloadable to your own computer where you can go through it at your own pace. And eventually, if you need assistance, we'd be happy to help. The only thing you've got to do to claim this is run over to our Facebook page. Our team has recently put a post out. If I'm not mistaken, it went out right before we started on air here, or it could be dropping in just a few minutes. But this post will be pinned to the top of our Facebook page where you can go and claim your very own Retirement Atlas Toolkit to help you understand what you need to be doing inside of your very own retirement plan in an effort to get to the retirement you've always imagined. So in this break, if you are interested in building your very own Retirement Atlas, go ahead and navigate to our Facebook page where you can find this offer completely free of charge for you and your family to get started on the right step. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into a story about how the Retirement Atlas got its name and why we believe it is important for you to talk about all of the things that go into a retirement plan with your advisor, not just the investments and the performance of the mutual funds you own that you've seen over the last 12 months. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're coming back with more Retirement Matters right after this.
Thank you for listening to Retirement Matters, presented by R.D. Smothers Wealth Management. If you'd like to speak with us, give us a call at 270-600-PLAN. And if you enjoy the information in this show and would like to hear more, you can access previous shows by searching for the Retirement Matters podcast on the podcast platform of your choice. We also produce a weekly newsletter. Receive it free to your email inbox by signing up online at rdswealth.com.
Welcome back to the show. Let's talk about a retiree's journey as they approach retirement, say after the age of 60, assuming that they are wanting to retire at 65 or 67, they may feel as if they're all alone. And this is simply because the financial industry has done a really good job of teaching us how to grow our money, but we've done a really lousy job as an industry as a whole on teaching us how to spend that money in retirement and how to spend it wisely, avoiding unnecessary tax, avoiding unnecessary pressures due to inflation, avoiding making the wrong decision on pension monies, or avoiding unnecessary expenses in Medicare. You know, there's a lot of things that are unnecessary for retirees that they are unfortunately paying for because the financial industry doesn't do a good job of talking about the income phase. That is why we spend our entire existence on focusing on this income phase. And when you get ready to retire and enter into retirement income phase, probably 5 to 6 years before you're getting there, I think you need a partner that's going to be there and just as focused on that phase as you are. This is where we come in. RD Smothers Wealth Management takes our time, builds a plan, and helps you navigate throughout retirement income phase as efficiently as possible. Now, we have trademarked this Retirement Atlas process, and I want to give you a quick rundown on how it got its name. I think that's just as important. I remember when I was a young boy, my father had a blue step-side 1967 Chevrolet pickup, if I'm not mistaken. And what's funny is I'm almost confident there is a gentleman who listens to the show from time to time who helped him paint that truck. It was a truck that my dad had refurbished from what was probably a rust bucket. I was too young to remember, but it was definitely a truck that was not worth driving, and he picked it up and he refurbished it. We didn't grow up with a lot of money. My mom and dad taught me how to be wise with the dollar, and this was a part of that lesson. My dad loved this truck. It was a beautiful truck when he got done with it. And as those old trucks did, they had a bench seat. It was a single cab. And I remember that bench seat had an old cover on it. It was almost like a nylon cover that still to this day I feel like I could put my hands down and feel. And when he would open up the truck door, he could fold the truck seat forward. And you know what I'm talking about. Between the truck seat, the back of the truck seat and the back of the cab, there was a little space to put some things. And I remember he had an old gun. He had some tools like pliers and maybe some vice grips. He had some duct tape, essentially ready to fix anything. You can fix anything with those items in the back of the truck. And he also had this book that I remember as a young boy. It was a large book, and I pulled it out one day, and I put it on my lap, and I started flipping through it. I asked the question. I said, "Dad, what is this?" And he began to tell me that was the Atlas. I still to this day remember looking at those maps and seeing just about every state that was in the United States in that book. And every state had its own individual map. And I was wowed by that. And I still to this day love maps. Well, when I started working with retirees, and I've been doing this now for going on 17 years in this industry, as we began to build this team, retirement was our focus. And I began to think about what we do with retirees every single day. Our desire is to take them from where they are to where they desire to go in retirement. And along the way, we build roadmaps for them. These roadmaps, it can't just be one individual map. Every single phase of retirement is different. When you first enter, you've got to have a strong plan for income. All throughout, you've got to have a strong plan for investments. At the beginning, you need to understand what your tax picture is going to look like, and is there a way to lower that tax? You've got to know what Medicare is going to look like early on in retirement and what it's going to look like at the end of retirement when you need assistance doing even the basic things in life. And you need to make sure that the long-term care expenses are not going to eat your legacy in taking those assets, the farm, the house, and handing them to the nursing home. So when I started thinking about what we're doing here, we are building roadmaps for very unique states of retirement. Thus, the name, the Retirement Atlas. From a boy, I was introduced to the Atlas. Now, today, running this business, we build the Atlas for retirees, navigating them through retirement as efficiently as possible. This has come full circle for us now, and I still to this day thank my dad for the lessons he taught me. And I think it's pretty neat to have been able to name the process we use with our retirees after something that he introduced me to when I was a young boy. The Retirement Atlas can get you from where you are today, no matter how lost you may feel, and it will put you on the right track towards the retirement you've always imagined. And our commitment to you is that once we begin going down that trail together, we are committed to partnering with you and helping you make decisions on any crossroads or unexpected detours that we may hit along the way. Now, if you would like assistance in building your very own Retirement Atlas, we have made it simple for you to get started. The Retirement Atlas Toolkit is something you can find right now on our Facebook. Navigate to our Facebook and go to that top post. We have purposely pinned that post at the very top today for you to take advantage of a complimentary Retirement Atlas Toolkit designed to help point out opportunities for you and things that you should be focused on inside of your own retirement plan. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to discuss the investment piece of this Retirement Atlas Toolkit and why it's important to make sure that you make the proper changes necessary as you enter into retirement income phase. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more Retirement Matters right after this.
You're listening to the Retirement Matters Show with Dale Smothers. Dale is the founder and president of R.D. Smothers Wealth Management. We specialize in building retirement plans that allow you to walk away from the worry of running out of money. If you'd like to chat with a member of our team, you can do so absolutely free by calling 270-600-PLAN. That's 270-600-PLAN. Visit us online at rdswealth.com and be sure to sign up for our free weekly newsletter.
When you enter into retirement, it's not all about the investments that you own. There's so much more that goes into it. And that's what the Retirement Atlas is designed to do, is to help you navigate through all of the areas that are important. But one very important piece is the investments. So one thing that we want to discuss here on today's show is how you should be repositioning your investments. And like I said, maybe next week, we're going to do our best to bring a show to you that is all about this way of balancing a portfolio properly so that you can weather the ups and downs of the stock market. Now, many people use the stock market as a tool to help them build their retirement assets. And once you enter into retirement, it's time to still use the tool, but not allow the tool to hurt you in the process. We know that losses hurt you more than gains help you. So we structure a retirement portfolio of your investments in a way that we call the risk-on, risk-off portfolio. This is a trademarked portfolio construction that we use for our clients in building the right mix of assets that move up and down versus assets that can only move up and never down. This is the risk-on, risk-off approach, and it gives us the stability, the confidence, and the predictability that we need to generate income for our clients. You know, when the market is good, we want to be making money. But when the market is bad, the last thing we want to do is lose the hard-earned money we made when the market was good. And we can do this inside of our retirement plan by utilizing the tools and the strategies we need in the risk-on, risk-off portfolio. If you are looking for more information on this, it will be included in that Retirement Atlas Toolkit that you can download right now from our Facebook page. Very simply go to our R.D. Smothers Wealth Management Facebook page, and when you go there, you will be able to find our Retirement Atlas Toolkit complimentary download that we have provided for you to be able to get on the right step towards a retirement you've always imagined. And just like that, we are at the end of the show. It's crazy how time goes, and I always enjoy getting to spend this time with you. And my hope is that this show has shined a little bit of light on ways that you should be building your own retirement account and ways that you should be looking through this scope of retirement. It's not about growing your assets nearly as much now as it is about making income appear. Growth still happens, but income is king. And that is what we've got to focus on for you to truly retire the way you desire. Now, if you need any assistance from our team, 270-600-PLAN will get you in touch with our team. Make sure you run over to our Facebook and download your own Retirement Atlas Toolkit. Or if you want to navigate to our website, rdswealth.com, you can set up a time to swing by and see us there. Until we talk again, whether it's right here on this same station or it's in person in one of our offices or on the phone, always remember, save money, plan well, and live happy in retirement. God bless.
Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This radio show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. R.D. Smothers Wealth Management is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by R.D. Smothers Wealth Management.